Okay. So this is the like a whole Elephant Institute Seattle office, and here, what you just asked me the question. My teacher is Mr. Li Hongzhi.
Oh, nice.
And you heard about Falun Dafa?
Yes.
That's Falun Dafa teacher, Mr. Li
Okay.
Hongzhi.
That's cool.
Uh-huh.
That's actually here or in China?
This is the like for like a spiritual practice.
Okay.
When you kind of deliver the teachings,
Okay.
usually has a lot of inner spiritual contents.
Mm-hmm.
So the way of wearing, I
Oh.
think you are asking that question,
Yes,
right?
I get it.
What is that
Doing.
way of
Yes.
I think it's all great question. We're gonna save it for the future when you learn more about Falun Dafa.
Yes.
I just want you to know that on the wall of this office, number one, that poster is called On Dafa. It's the
Oh.
teaching of Falun Dafa. It's
Nice.
in Chinese, but if you like to really know what's the meaning of it, there is also an English book.
Oh.
It's called Zhuan Falun, turning the law wheel.
Okay.
So very profound teaching. I'm gonna send a link to you
Okay.
later. Okay.
I'm excited.
Yeah, you will. I think you will start to
It's
understand
in
like
English.
have the entire book in English.
Oh,
Can I
nice.
show you?
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
there we go.
I like
Let's
to read a
see.
book. I'm reading for Gibran Khalil Gibran now.
This is the Chinese version of the book called Zhuan Falun, and the poster on the wall is the first. So when I open the book, right, this is book of Zhuan Falun, right? Zhuan Falun, okay?
Wow.
And then our teacher's name is Li Hongzhi, okay?
Nice.
In Chinese, properly it's Li
Okay.
Hongzhi, okay? Zhuan Falun, okay? Now, when I open the next page, you see, that is the picture that have the poster
Yeah, it's
right
the
there.
same, right?
Mhm.
Nice.
So this is for students, to know that this is our teacher, right?
Oh, that's
Okay.
cool.
The next page, you see on the wall, it's you see that Falun symbol right
Yeah.
there? That's in the book, okay? So that's from the book.
Oh,
That's
wow.
now you can see what's on the wall is actually that. Now this is Luan Yu, you see right here.
Yes.
So Lun.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that's
yes,
exactly
them.
it.
Yeah,
Exactly. So there we go. So what you see actually on the wall post actually is about the book of Zhuan Falun. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So when people come to my office, I want to introduce them the great book of Zhuan Falun because that is the teaching of Falun Dafa, right?
Very well.
Mm-hmm. Now when I open up this is my daily study book. This is as you can see, I've been reading it a lot.
Okay.
So this is a very important teaching that I printed, the recent teaching from the website. This is a book of Zhuan Falun in English.
Oh,
okay.
that's
So
cool.
Zhuan Falun,
Okay, yes.
turning the law wheel. Zhuan Falun, and then you open it.
Nice.
Okay, that's our teacher's picture. Recent photo of the author.
Yes.
Now that is in the modern way of dress.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Again, you see the Falun symbol, right?
Yes.
Okay, now.
It's
Next.
called Falun symbol.
Next, now we have the teaching on Dafa. That's Lun Yu. Lun Yu. But in Chinese, in English, goes like this. Now I will let you read it. Go ahead. Take the book, and I will hear you reading it. Go ahead.
Dava is the wisdom of the greater. It is the bedrock of the creation. What the heavens, earth, and universe are built upon. It's
Built upon.
built upon. It's like
Yes.
build
Yes.
things or
Exactly. Yeah, built upon. Mhm.
okay.
Yep.
It encompasses all things for the utmost
Minuscule from the
Minuscule.
utmost minuscule. Mhm.
to the bestest. of the
Vast is the vast.
wide.
Very great.
Nice.
Yep. So that is the book of
Was the same
Zhuang
book
Falun.
this one?
Same book, it's just the English translation. If you like to read more about it, I'm going to send you a link. Yeah,
I'm gonna take a picture.
go ahead, take a
for-
picture of that.
I'm reading one for Gibran Khalil Gibran. Thought and meditation.
Okay, very good. You shall read this book.
I will
think.
send it to you actually. Yeah, you should read it.
Yeah, read this book. You will see how, you connect with the teaching of Falun Dafa.
Oh,
Great. Okay.
I think this is so nice book, but
Yes.
it need a long time for me to understand everything.
Yes. It's great.
Yeah.
That is basically my daily study.
Okay.
Every day, I usually study this book in Chinese language.
Oh, nice.
Now, this book has been with me ever since the year of 2005.
Oh.
And every day I read one lecture. Altogether, there are 9 lectures. So every day, for example, today
How old this book?
This book was first published actually in 1994. And so 1994 to now.
Wow.
I didn't learn Falun Dafa until the year of 2002. But I started to read this, book daily because I recognize the importance of studying
Nice.
the, spiritual guidance because it's a very ancient wisdom. It's a prehistorical culture.
Oh, nice.
You will see,
Okay.
once you get into that, you will see, wow, this is really profound.
Uh-huh.
Like the book of I Ching, it's really, people think it's very, very old. But this is prehistorical.
Mm-hmm.
The wisdom is prehistorical. So
Yeah.
it's really great. Yeah.
Wisdom and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. So since you are coming to visit my office, I like to keep a recording of our
Thank
activities
you.
here. I would like to give you an interview if you don't mind. I'm gonna pause here and we're gonna do a formal interview of the subject we were just talking about outside. Unless you have other questions about my, our
Yeah.
office.
For sure. Well, actually, yes.
Okay.
So
Go ahead, yeah.
You said how long you been here in Washington? How long you been here in this
I
area?
actually just arrived on the 18th, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, nice.
So the past several days, I was just getting this room together. So today is my day 1 of
nice.
business operation
That's
of our Seattle office. And you are the one that, we're talking about, doing a business project together. So I think it's all meant to be. That's why it's great to keep a recording of our,
Yes.
beginning moment of this business meeting, right?
Yes.
And your questions about the room and the fact that you can see very clearly that, I am doing daily practice of ancient, cultivation way
Yes.
called Falun Dafa. You also heard about it. And this is practice that actually has been, followed diligently by over 100 million people all over the world right now. So I'm sure in your country, Palestine, right?
Yes.
There are a lot of practitioners there.
Yes.
In Israel, there are a lot of practitioners. So
Right.
there are practitioners all over the world. It's really not limited to any religion, faith,
Yes.
because it's a like a practice for everyone to elevate their spirituality,
Yes.
to improve their mind and heart nature.
Exactly.
So I view this as the most profound, for human beings. I think everybody want to follow science. So I have been a researcher of modern life science. But the moment when I start to learn Falun Dafa, I recognize that this is truly the most ancient wisdom about human body, about universe, about life, about the law of the universe, about the creation of the universe, about the past, present, and future of the universe. Everything is in there.
Yes.
So for me, I say, hey, if you really think you want to be a scientist, then learn the science of the universe.
Yes.
And here is it.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. And
Yeah.
the book I told you about it, the Gibran Khalil Gibran book, Total Meditation, is talk about the same almost. he talk about the universe how was like perfect and devoid. He thinks that
I see.
the
We shall
universe-
have more deep discussion about that. And I always say when we, meet each other, we bring our world together.
Yes.
Like you have your world and I have my world, and we all belong to the much bigger world.
Yes, exactly.
So just like one cell meet another cell.
Yes.
And then, two cells, each cell is like a universe. So when the two cells meet and they start to talk, right?
Yeah,
Communicate. And that was my field of study. We call it signal transduction. Signal transduction, You give me a message, I receive it, and then I start to digest that.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
that changes, a lot of operation inside of my system. When I deliver my message to you, you receive it. And then you start to initiate a cascade of events in your universe.
Yes.
And then the two universes start to dance together. And then start to merge into a bigger universe. You know what I mean?
Yes.
This is what I, really love to do with people. I really honor each person almost like the lord of the universe, of your system, So we really need to open up our heart and communicate, right?
Yes.
So at the Whole Elephant Institute, that's going to be our operational mode.
Exactly.
You can always bring your friends, and then we can merge 3 universes
Yes,
together.
you're right.
Right.
What this mean?
Uh-huh.
What this?
Means togetherness, right?
Yes.
Communication, right?
Yeah.
And dance with each other, right?
Okay, do it in one hand. You can.
Exactly. One
That's
hand,
Yes.
two hands.
Yes, exactly.
We actually start to make something happen. The moment we touch our hands, and then our system start to get new inputs.
Yes, all right.
Yeah. So just a very brief time, we start to see that resource can be shared. And if you just by yourself, even if you have a huge amount of resource, there is no creation. But when you have 2 parties start to interact, then the
Exactly.
resource start to exchange, and a new life will be born.
Right.
Amazing, right?
Amazing, yeah.
It's very
It's cool,
incredible.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You have so much wisdom in at such young age. Can you? I'm like outside. When we met outside, I was like, usually at your age, young men, they are not that mature in terms of thinking the way you are. I noticed that you're very special. The way you talk about how you handled, the past 2 years when the whole world was showing the way of fear,
Yes.
hide, social distancing, mask, vaccination, stop working, right?
Yes.
People think that they can hide and stay away from the virus and until the virus leaves, and then they want to go back to their old way of operation.
Yes.
And then they start to notice that as if it's not possible because the world has changed. And then during those fear, during those isolation, people's hearts become cold. The fear start to take over.
Right.
More and more people find that their old friends disappear. Even their family member disappear.
Right.
And, job no longer the same.
Yes.
And their health no longer the same.
Yes.
And the vaccine make their body feels polluted and that they will never be able to get back to their original purity anymore.
Yes.
And so this is really the challenge right now, being, presenting to every single individual. Some individual, they actually have conquered the fear.
Yes.
And some individuals are left behind and they still deeper and deeper in the fear, and they can no longer kind of climb out as if like it's really hell, right?
Yes.
And in communist China right now, the Chinese communist government are making all the Chinese people fearful. And they are causing disasters, human rights disasters right now in China. So I noticed that when I talked to you, you were like, oh, this is how I think about it. So I thought this is really great, for you to speak up.
Yes.
And I think your wisdom, your courage, your understanding
Yes.
can help a lot of people see differently,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I have a couple questions. Number one, I'm curious about your education background because I know in UW, my son Noah told me that not one single professor is not a leftist.
Yes.
So it's like they are in the leftist ideology field and they talk about materialism, they talk about socialism, they talk about ideologies that I believe that right now is behind the current global policy of vaccination, social distancing, mask. And it's not like the communist China that bad on the surface, but the root is the same. People do not understand that our human spirit is so powerful, and people are counting on modern science and technology alone.
Yes.
We're not saying the modern science and technology are not good. They are also tools, but if they only count on that alone, that is not going to work.
Yeah.
Also, you
mentioned.
mentioned.
You think that technology, it's not it's like going to take the people, like to be bad more than good, like more than good people. Like it's gonna be more bad people more than good people because the technology. That's what the famous people talk about, like actually the author people, the writer for a books, they talk about the program we are in now, the technology we are on now. There's the old people, your grandfather, your father, my
Yes.
grandfather, my father, the old people.
Yeah.
That's mean your grandfather, my grandfather. They can do the same. That's technology, that's everything, but they don't want to do that because they already know that's take them to corruption.
There we go. They had that intuition in their heart with their wisdom and inspiration from the divine.
Exactly.
They know that on the surface, technology stuff is very fancy, as if can advance humanity, but in reality, they know one day, people will start to
Right.
regret, but that would be too late, correct?
There is a people, millions of people, they think so. We are smart more than others people, old people, because they did not do nothing. Like this is universe, this is big building, this is a lot of historic places.
Yes.
But actually, they did more than this, and they use the laser from a lot of thousand years more each.
You are right, because in the book of Joan Valen, turning the law, well, even in chapter 1, our teacher mentioned about prehistorical culture. As a matter of fact, we think that we are so advanced and we are doing this high tech, but as a matter of fact, these kind of things existed long time ago, thousands of years ago, even millions of years ago,
Exactly.
that the technology was much more advanced than the
Exactly.
current
Look in
technology.
Egypt, that called Ahramat. So if anyone in this world can make that now,
Can't. They cannot.
They cannot.
The mysteries of the pyramids, right?
What kind of technology they use for that?
Exactly.
More than laser,
Right.
more than system computer.
Exactly.
More,
Yes.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But we are like, we not are stupid in this world, but we are going to be stupid. The
Yes.
people. Because
Yes.
we start to losing our mind.
Correct.
We start to believing something we don't have to believe.
Yeah.
We start to change our custom, our conditioner, our everything's culture, and we are going to be like in the same city, in the same culture, in the same what you like, I gonna be like, what you eat, I gonna eat.
Yes.
You've been in China, there is nobody was making a food, Chinese food, especially just in China. I'm from Palestine and from Middle East. The people was, if you want Middle East food, you have to go to Middle East. But now, if you want Chinese food, Arab food, Korean food, you can find it everywhere.
Yeah.
If you see somebody famous wear a good T-shirt, you're going to buy that T-shirt. If you see somebody buy a new car, if you don't have money, you're going to bank, take a loan,
Yes.
and buy this car to show
Yeah.
the people I can do that. But that's one, like actually God, He not created us for that.
Yeah.
He wants you to live the life, make your money, be happy, do everything you like, everything you want it. But at first, you have to do the basic stuff.
That's correct.
The basic thing before
Exactly.
the money, before the house, before everything. You think that's what you need, what you're looking for, but actually, that's not what we're looking for. That's not what we need. What we need in this world, that's universe. Like
Yeah.
we need the love actually.
Excuse me 1 second, hand that phone to me and I'm gonna just press the button.
Oh yeah, sure.
This is my actually daily practice time. That's why I set the alarm clock. It's 2:55. If you don't mind, we're gonna very quickly pause it. I will need to do a little meditation about like 15 minutes. Is that okay with you?
Yeah,
You can also meditate if you want. We can both sit down here,
Okay.
and then we can just clean up my mind for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Would you like to do that? Okay, let's pause. Okay.